Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Tony, aka Fire, and we're down again for another video where I walk you through the top 5 smartphones you can get today that will be great for your performances in gaming or just your everyday use. Okay, all right. So we do know a lot of people want that top quality performance. You want 90 FPS. You want a great screen. You want quality battery life. But at the same time, you don't want to spend so much money, $1,000 or more, getting one of the top end smartphones, but you do want that quality performance. So I'm going to walk you through the top 5 phones that you could get today under $500 that will still give you that massive advantage over your peers. All right, so let's get into it. One of the first devices that we're going to be looking at right now is the iPad Mini 5. All right, the iPad 5th generation, Mini 5th generation. And one of the things that I do love about this iPad is its ability to really run the game without ever dropping frames. Okay, like I've hardly ever seen this device, even in its, it heats up sometimes, it still doesn't drop frames. It's one of those devices that you can really count on. Okay, this is a cellular version and it's just under, I think, about $400 on both Amazon and on AliExpress. And yeah, it's one of those devices that in 2021 will still perform extremely well for you, especially if you're into sort of like a phablet kind of look. As you see, I guess they hold it with one hand, and it can still perform pretty well for me. All right, so the next one we're going to be looking at is the OnePlus 8T. Now, we do know how OnePlus has been coming up with, phones, moving from that space where they were like entry-level devices into that space where they then became like, the flagship devices, competing with the likes of the iPhones and the Samsungs and the rest. Now, the phone we're going to be looking at right now is the OnePlus 8T. Now, just taking a look at GSM Arena, I'm just going to read you out some of the specs right now. It comes with a 6.55-inch screen with a pixel per inch of 402, with a Gorilla Glass 5, a fluid AMOLED display of 120 Hz. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. HDR10, 120 Hz AMOLED screen, and also coming in with a SnapDragon 865 chip, 5G, 7nm chipset. This is a device that promises to give you a whole bunch of functionalities when it comes to power, throttle management, screen resolution. You'll be holding these devices and feeling like you're seeing enemies at a distance. You're playing games, enjoying the screen, enjoying the 90 or 120 Hz display on your games. And it also does still have a huge camera module. Like, let's just take a look at the camera. It comes with a standard for the 8 megapixel camera with an f-stop of 1.7. It comes with 16-inch megapixel ultra wide camera, a 5 megapixel macro camera, and a 2 megapixel monochrome camera. It can shoot 4K at 30 and 60 FPS and 1080 all the way up to 240 FPS. This is a device that's not joking at all. I mean, just taking a look at the specs, and does have fingerprint, of course, standard. Charging, it's 4,500 milliamp battery, all the way at $440. This is an amazing bang for your money right now. Now we're going to look at another device, and it is the Nubia Red Magic 5G. This phone came out at March 2020 last year. And although there's a newer model, which is the RedMagic 4, but this particular one is still packed with a whole lot of functionalities. Like, it promises to deliver 144 Hz display. I mean, so already by default, you get that 90 FPS solid performance. The screen size is 6.65 inches with a pixel per inch of 388. With a resolution of 1080 by 2340. So this is a screen that's going to give you like proper touch responsiveness, great resolution, and all of that stuff. It give it a bang for your money. And it also comes with a 7nm SnapDragon 865 5G chipset, also with a GPU of Adreno at 650 we all know the performance of the Snapdragon 865 chip, and just coming under $500 at $440 right now on AliExpress. This is a device that is promising, but it's not just great at gaming in itself, it's also great at other things like massive image stabilization, even when shooting in 4K resolution on 30 FPS and 60 FPS. On 1080p, it goes all the way up to 240 FPS, and it also shoots 15 FPS at 8K resolution. The camera is 64 megapixels with an f-stop of 1.8. It also has an ultra wide angle lens of 8 megapixels and a macro of 2 megapixels. This is by no means, just a gaming device. It will suit even your regular usage and all of that stuff. So yeah, this is one of those devices that you definitely should get. And I'll definitely recommend it to everybody. All right, so the next one we're going to be reviewing is a device that, last year was pretty much the king when it came to gaming. Now, we all know how much we love to have that smartphone that gives us the power and the functionality. And the Asus Rog 3 is a smartphone that basically just gives you that raw performance when it comes to gaming. Asus phones have always been known to be, hugely performant, and also come with like extra accessories that you can basically just attach, and then you can plug an internet cable. It has like trigger buttons at the side and all of that stuff, and so many different benefits, but we're not going to go into that. Just look in the description for more videos where you could see like an in-depth review on all of that. I've tagged that right there in my description, but we're just going to go into briefly all about this device. It's a full HD device with a 6.59-inch screen with an AMOLED screen of 1 billion colors and 144 Hz touch responsiveness, full HDR, 650 nits of brightness. That is huge brightness with a Corning Gorilla Glass 6 with a Snapdragon 865 chip, a 7 nanometer. This is a device that will give you huge power. Just look at the camera. It's a 64 megapixels camera with shooting 8K at 30 FPS. Woo! Kill me, Asus. Just take my money. Alright guys, so the final video for today is one that I do really love. It is another gaming niche smartphone, but I personally have this device and I've been using it for about 6 months now, and not once, now I repeat, not one time has this device failed me. Even in its heated up conditions, it really also does not heat up as much as I initially thought. I also got a couple of accessories that I'll be showing you in a moment. And this device is the Xiaomi BlackShark 3. I have the device right. It comes with a whole bunch of accessories. It came with like a cooler, it came with a gamepad, and it just packs like huge advantages when it comes to just generally operating the device. It comes with a 6.67-inch screen, a 90 Hz AMOLED display with a 500 nits, 395 pixel per inch. This particular model that I have has 8 gigs of RAM. The camera comes with a 64 megapixels camera, a 13-inch ultra wide, a 5 megapixels, and guess what? I got this device under $400 from AliExpress, and I'll leave a link in the description where I got it from. It blew my mind away how great this device was for how cheap it was. I mean, that's amazing. It's amazing, the price. All right, so if you don't like the content that you've seen so far, do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe button, and also turn on notifications. We'll be having lovely content for you like this that will always be in for me. Hit the subscribe.